Hey everybody, it's Buddy Pete. Just thought I would do a real quick check-in. I might be having a show with Wilfred Riley. We're working on some comms and trying to sort that out. But I thought in the meantime I would just check in because I owe you guys that. I've been busy this summer, as most of you probably have been too. I just got back on well Sunday night at midnight, and I was so tired. I got back from the Ride for the Brave and then the return trip. So Ride for the Brave is Save the Braves annual ride. We put Scott Husing on a motorcycle and send him across the country. I follow him in my truck, and then now we've got a crew that supports. In addition to that, and Rob and Jen and Muds, they all go out with us, as well as Danielle. So we all get on the road, go across, and we stop. So we start in Temecula, we stopped in Tucson, we stopped in El Paso, we stopped in Dallas, Houston, well, actually Odessa, Dallas, Houston, New Orleans, Birmingham, Atlanta, and then Charleston over the course of about 9 days. And in between, there are little stops. So, like in Wilcox, Arizona, this is incredible. The Wilcox Riders from the American Legion, they stopped, and about 40 of them joined us. So, you think about that in the middle of the summer in this high heat that everybody enjoys so much in Arizona during monsoon season. We had a group of 40 people join us for our ride, and that's just one stop. That's just one illustration throughout entire all of Arizona. Gerald and all those riders out there from that state, they got out and connected with us and helped us raise money. Going through New Mexico, we had riders with us into El Paso, where our friends out there from that American Legion are incredible. It's amazing what happens once you leave your house, once you leave the comforts of where you are, where you want to stay, and you go out and you activate. People join you, and they're desperate to help. Tons of help, tons of support in Texas. I'm super proud of all of our Texas friends. They stood up. Our goal was to raise $100,000, and money's still trickling in. And I think we hit over 50 plus. Now keep in mind that 4 years ago this thing didn't exist. The first year, 3 years ago, it was Scott was just going to ride, and I'm like, hey man, I got to go with you. You can't ride across the nation on your motorcycle by yourself. That's just not what we do. And so that first year we raised a bunch of money. And then last year we tried to figure out how to grow it, and we did really good. We raised a bunch of money last year too. And then this year 50 grand. So, we put a stretch goal out in front of us of 100K, we clear 50 easy. So if we do this again next year, just a little bit better, I think we can get to that $100,000 number. What does that money do? Well, that money allows us to reduce barriers between us and veterans who need help. We're trying to end veteran suicide. Get veterans to stop wanting to do it, but they still do it. So you have to care for those families that suffer from this tragedy. My brother's family being one of them, but also that veteran who says, "Oh, you know what? I'd come out and I'd join you for this program, but I can't afford airfare. A couple $100, and we'll just put that guy on an airplane now, right? We'll just say, hey, get out here. Let's go do it. We have comedy shows. We have all kinds of things that we do that allow us to raise money, but also create opportunities for veterans to get involved and make a difference. Um, let's see. The other thing I can tell you is it looks like Will's going to be up here in a minute. So let me just send a message to him real quick. Okay. Okay. The other thing I wanted to tell you is I rode back, and part of my riding back from Charleston, so I carried the motorcycle, but also I wanted to stop. I wanted to get off the beaten path and go on U.S. routes or smaller, small routes through the South, and just try to talk to folks and understand them. And what you find out when you do that is that people are people, and they have problems, they have different needs, and for the most part, everybody's trying to do their best. It's not easy to live in the South. It's not easy to live in way out there, West Texas, where I was. I mean, there's so much West Texas. You can drive for hundreds of miles and still be in West Texas. And so talking to these folks and getting to know who they are and understanding what their life is like, I think is important in general as a society. As we polarize, like we need folks to learn that, like, hey, and not just fly over states. These are actual people who have actual problems. And when we start to look at, like, I'm a California guy, someone's a New York person or a DC person, like it looks easy on the coast. You have these big complex cities to manage. Well, that doesn't make any sense in Terlingua or Rio Doso or any of these other places. So that's what I like to do. I like to go out and see people where they're at, understand them, and do sort of what I did with the military is just go out and understand who people are, try to appreciate their reality, and then report back. And California is basically West Texas. Comes from Brad. And by the way, I've got Riley up on comms, so he's going to be in the other show in a second here. So I'll turn this off in a minute. Some of the things I'm doing coming up in the fall here. Well, we're about to. Everything comes together. My buddy Brian and I, Brian Fuller from Power Rowing in Boston, he's in Brookline, Mass. We're going to do a charity fundraiser, and this will be a chance to get into shape. We're gonna map the Ruck March from Alexandria to Derna, and this will be via rowing. If you've got a Concept 2 rower or a water rower, some kind of high-end rower in your reach, grab that thing and let's all go row 50 miles together. It looks super cheap. Not trying to make $1 zillion here on this. I think it's going to be $30 to join us. It'll take, look, if you do 5 miles a day, which is completely doable, you can be done with this thing in 100 days and be looking at Christmas like, damn, I got a 3-month body transformation challenge through rowing. So I definitely encourage you guys to come and check that out. That's one of the things. We're also going to do a Veterans Day hockey game with our hockey match with the Anaheim Ducks. A lot of things coming up. A lot of cool things are happening. I'm going to shut down this feed and go over and grab Will and the other one, and we'll get started. But I just wanted to say hey to everybody. Email me, text me, pete@breakitdownshow.com. If you got my phone number, then you'll know what to do. I'm looking forward to seeing and talking to you. And everybody, I'm going to go start that Will show. Everybody take care. Have a great day. I'll talk to you in a few minutes.